Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming guys with a pro Dota commentary joined by 715 as we cast EHome versus Nirvana China. Let us pause in 3, 2, 1, go! EHome on Sentinel, Nirvana China on Scourge. And we have a couple new rosters, 715.
Yeah, we have a new EHome roster and we have a new Nirvana China roster. Where's King J? What do you think about him?
So sad. So sad. King J, one of my favorite players, because he and I play somewhat similar role. I think he plays less support. But point
Okay,
being that
okay. Did you ever consider talking to some guy who knows how to cure your mind? Like the last 5 games we casted, you were sad and depressed and so emotional.
so
You should do
emotional.
something about it.
I should because well, let's see if King J plays a pretty good game. I'll be pretty happy after that. Because it seems like whichever team he goes, that team just go crazy. LGD when LGD was on the rise, he was there. EHome, most dominant team in 2010, he was there. He was like the Robert Ory of Dota, if you guys get that basketball reference. But this year, I don't think so. I don't think Nirvana China honestly is going anywhere. But maybe this game will completely impress us. But EHome also a pretty new roster with
But
820 leaving.
wait, why do you think Nirvana China won't go anywhere? I mean, they got King J now, so they actually want
Okay,
doing
no, you
some
know what?
changes.
This is a pretty good roster, but do you see them beating IG.Y, IG.Z? I don't.
They don't play together for a long time. I think even the two other players, like Sheo, Guai and L, like which is for whatever, they are new as well. So I think this is basically only seeking a banana from like the failed Nirvana China. So
We
yeah,
we
sorry, just like the results were fail.
Yes, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't doing well at all. So let's see if this is gonna be a new beginning. King J definitely a very well known and very respected player, very good. But Sensor new eHome in this case new roster as well. As you know, 820 has left eHome, and then he said like, no, I'm just going to WE for coaching.
Joker.
Joking, joking. But the new roster here on eHome is gonna be X. NUZ is gonna be Lamb, of course. I think he either plays support or carry in former eHome. MLB, who is that? I
He's
Is
it's
that APR? That's the new guy. That's the new guy. And then ARS, he played for DK for a bit, but I don't ever remember seeing him playing for DK. And then 357 is 357. So new lineup as well. So, but just on like the star power, if that makes sense, I'm liking Nirvana China a bit more here.
Yeah, they definitively have the star power, if you can call it so. But well, DK had the star power as well. Didn't help anything, and we actually see 357 going to draft here for the Sentinel. He banned the Bedrider, the Invoker, and the Shadow Demon, which would become on first picks. On the other hand, we saw Nirvana China banning aggressive gank heroes. What I don't like that. That seems to be like it's going to be a boring game.
Well, there's still pretty good aggressive gank heroes in the pool. They do have Vengeful Spirit. I
Yeah,
think
they pick Vengeful Spirit themselves to swap their carry out all the time and make the Venge Suicide.
I
Game
suppose.
without with 5 kills a hour. I don't
Okay,
know.
boring game. All right, guys. Skip to 50 minutes of this video. Don't watch anything else, and then we're gonna see some team fights, right? But pick ban analysis continues. We see Reaver as the first pick. I need to see a doctor because I'm pretty sad right now. I do like the Lich
Oh,
though. What?
I actually like it so far
Oh, Lich Weaver, best
because
combo opening. Why do you like
yes,
it?
I don't think it's a bad opening because it can make a really strong double lane. And well, if you base your lineup, if you pick a lineup correctly around your Weaver, that's pretty good. The main reason is the lane. I really like the lane, the Lich Weaver lane on top, for example. We saw it Z doing for a few times, and it was going really well. The Weaver got a lot of farm, the Lich got a lot of ESP. It was crushing the enemy lane in terms of not giving safe farm to a hero like a Magina, and well, that's cool. But I also have to say, when I see Nirvana China picks right now, I feel sorry for that Weaver.
Yeah, because that Weaver ain't gonna be doing anything, and fortunately for you guys, this is gonna be an aggressive lineup for Nirvana China here. Chen either is gonna be pushing those early tower, but more likely is gonna be keeping that Syllabare safe by hiding himself in the jungle. At the meantime, be jungling up most likely with that Venge, getting to quick level 6s, getting Hand of God, getting Swap, getting that Aura high for that Syllabare. Once Syllabare finish that 22-minute radiance, they will be making a push. At that time, what will Weaver have? Nothing.
Um,
Nothing.
Radiance and
Nothing.
500 HP. I don't know. No, he will have. I say he will have his power treads, vitality booster, and he will have his sacred.
We will see. We will see in 22 minutes exactly, or maybe a little bit longer. But if you're looking at again this lineup, you know this is going to be a mid-game aggression kind of push. It does lend its power to some early game push as well because of Chen, and early game Syllabare push can't be ignored. What would you do in this case if you're EHome? You know exactly what they're going
Pick
to
a
do.
Venomancer
Pick a
at
Venomancer.
first. I think yes. I think a Venomancer would be good, or Puck, or Puck. Like some teamfight hero, some kind of initiation because if they're standing in front of your towers with all those creeps and all their heroes, well, what can you do? You can either push other towers, which is rather not a good option because that way you might end up losing your base, but you want to defend, so you need team fight, and so you have to pick team fight. You have a Lich already, and now you pick a Puck because Dream Coil is pretty good.
Pretty good as well. In terms of damage, I am a little bit worried about eHome's damage. When I saw the Lich, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But then we saw Chen, we saw Syllabare, so those two will be primary, secondary tanks or whatever. Depends on how the bounce go, but it could end up on those targets, and that Lich DPS could be severely halved. We do see both teams banning up team fight heroes. I'm surprised that Nirvana China did not ban the Venomancer. Maybe they will be ending up picking it for themselves. We did see Venomancer solo mid actually in the previous both games. And I think Nirvana China can get it for themselves. That wouldn't be too bad a position. They can be going for that very famous, infamous 3 solos, 2 roaming lineup. That wouldn't be too surprising at all. So Venomancer would fit the ticket there. Let's see if eHome is going to be hoping for the Venomancer to not get picked and maybe pick it up themselves, or they're going to be banning it right now.
Yeah, and actually, what I feel bad for right now about eHome is they need a tank. At the moment, they need a tank. Maybe a Tidehunter, but Tidehunter is not that kind of tank I would like to see here because he walks in, he uses his ultimate, and
He's
he
done.
dies after that, or he's being ignored.
Yes.
Like actually, Clockwork is at the moment I feel like Clockwork is one of the best tanks for the metagame.
But he banned.
But he's banned, yes, and so I feel really bad for eHome. I really feel like they need some strong hero, and Lycan is actually going to be picked up by the
Wow.
Nirvana China, so even more summons there, and another tank that cannot be picked by eHome, even though Lycan and Weaver. We
Yeah.
saw that last game.
We
We
saw
saw
that
that last.
last game. Alright, I'm gonna just go out of blue here and say Panda because OP tank, what are you gonna do? Oh wait, they can all right click or fire Panda with their 20,000 summons and Lycan. So by the way, I was just joking about that. They do need a tank though, but they also need to worry about their lanes. They do have Puck, which can go into the long lane. Weaver, Lich. There's quite a bit of versatile laning. I'm somewhat confused what eHome can pick into right now. But I will just lose it right now if they pick into a sniper and X goes solo mid right
Because
now and lose the
X
game.
solo sniper.
But
It-
yeah, this
um,
Lycan is gonna pose so much trouble for the Sentinel because that's just so much pushing power. It's just so much stuff coming your way, and there's not enough
yeah.
damage to repel them back. You either
Yep.
need awesome AoE crowd control. They are going to pick up the Venomancer, which I'm not even sure whether that's enough because your wards is going to last 2 seconds against Chen creeps, wolves,
But
bears,
you have some
buffer
ultimate to
zone.
work with. You have an ult to work with. I feel like that's more important because there's no way you can defend with wards or anything against such a lineup. But you absolutely need to fight them, and the Venomancer ult is providing the damage, even though the Chen heal is really good against it. But still you will just need that team fight power and
King J!
yeah.
King J, you see
King
this? You see King J being
J
picked? You see King J
visage.
being picked right there? King J fifth pick, which by the way, King J is the best. I'm gonna just say it, and I don't care you guys disagree. King J is the best Visage player in the world.
Oh my god, Chinese fanboy, get the fuck off.
Okay, if the white man say that, that would be okay. But if a Chinese man say that, no, it's racist, man. GTFO. But
Okay.
we are gonna
Well,
see King J soloing on that Visage because most likely we're gonna see Lycan laning, probably with Avenge or with a double roaming. Maybe the
mm,
Lycan's gonna be on the top, Visage gonna be on the bottom. And you know what I love about Visage solo? You hit level 6 like quick, and then you're gonna have global presence with the bird. And if you guys are some of the newer Dota viewers out there that did not see the dominance of Visage back in 6.69C, I guarantee you will see it this game. I hope. I hope I don't sound dumb. But
mm,
King J and Visage, I'm a fanboy. I'm sorry, I'm a fanboy.
okay, okay. And well,
Yeah,
I
and they
like
picked
what
up a tank. Yeah, nice tank for the Enchantress.
no, I really like what EHome is doing here because the heal will help out, of course, and it will also be the creeps because well, they have creeps, you have creeps yourself, so that's like fighting fire with fire because well, you can just send the creeps in to survive, and they pick up a lot of damage with Enchantress. It's pure damage. It's really going to help. It's not going to help against the Lycan who's just running at you, but it's really going to help against the Syllabir, I think, because the pure damage really hurts him because he's a hero that has a very high armor in his true form, like 17 or 18 base armor, and it's really going to be a big help against that.
Yep. But we will have to see how the Scourge team will be laning. There is a Visage going on the bot lane as predicted. Syllabir is gonna be going on the middle, which I suppose it makes sense because I guess the Lycanthrope is gonna be heading on the top lane here. That's the safest lane for him. And Syllabir on the mid lane, we don't see too much of this. The fog can really abuse him because you really need a high ground. But I guess you have another unit that you can send on the high ground and scout. They are going to just send the puck on the bot lane. So we're going to see the Venomancer and the Enchantress kind of a dueling there. Enchantress jacking one of the wolves there. And we have a big chasing. Yes, we have the smoke of deceit on the Venomancer. So this is an indication of a double jungle. And they're going to do a Lich solo mid. What do you think about this?
Ah, wow, I think the Lich solo mid, we've seen it once in a while from M5 actually, and I think it's a really, really good decision. In this term, I personally, I'm not too sure if I would have predicted the Syllabir in mid, but okay, if you have a close look at the picks, you will probably do. So yeah, it's a good decision because the Syllabir is he wants to farm up the Radiance fairly quickly, and that Lich is just going to slow down his farm so heavily. Like the Dark Ritual will it always denies a lot of creeps, and if you're a solo Lich, you can max it. You can get it at level 3, and at level 5 I would usually get it over and over because it's just so many denied creeps, and it's even worse against the solo Lich. As I said, there's also a lot of harassment because he's spamming those Novas on the Syllabir. He's not in such a big danger because he can maybe he could decide to pick up a level of frost armor, and even if he doesn't, he's still got that high movement speed to run away from the beer. And he also is a hero you can gank easily into that lane. So all in all, I see this as being a great tactic to delay the Radiance by very, very far actually. But hey, it's Seeking.
Yeah, well, Seeking, one of the better farmers, I say, in the Chinese scene. We'll ask about your opinion on Seeking in just a bit, but looks like we have a little bit of engagement on the bot lane here. Chen might be in trouble. Venomous Gale is going to hit the Chen, but I think he's going to run out just fine. Vengeful Spirit over there to support as well. They could even pop the smoke if they ever want to get out of that very quickly. Looking at the top lane here, it is going to be Lycan versus the Weaver. Weaver just doing that standard harassment, even harassing your neutral camps, and I think Weaver is definitely going to have the advantage here. It's going to be Sakuchi doing a little bit Gemini harass against Lycanthrope. Even the Lycanthrope has a stout shield, he's already at half HP. He's got to be very careful about this Weaver, who's already got 7 creep kill. Meanwhile, Lycan's got 9, so I'm a little bit surprised that he's actually out farming the Weaver right now. Just using the fact that he's physical, he's doing a lot of damage, especially with Feral Impulse. So he's last setting pretty well there as well. Meanwhile, bot lane here, King J's got 2 and 1. Meanwhile, X standard. Look at his last hit. Look at his denied.
10-7.
10.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's denying like a champ.
I have never seen a pro player deny as much as X. This guy's
Yeah,
unreal.
here.
So
Yep. That's the reason why I like him so much, and the reason why I like Seeking so much is because he's one of the top Chinese carries in my opinion, since he always gets that items. Like we've been talking about the bad Nirvana China before. If I'm allowed to call so, I'm sorry, but
yeah, they
they
were.
weren't just that good.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and well, he was besides his team was losing, he was still farming up his items in a fast pace. So like his team was getting raped, and he still had his sacred relic minute 18 on Syllabi, who died like 5 times in one game, and he didn't get a single kill, but he had it. Don't ask me how he had it. And also he's one of the players. If he gets farm, like you don't need to be scared that he screws up. He won't screw up. He will just rape when he gets like superior items to the enemy carry. You can be sure he will be doing his job, and that's why I like him so much. Stable player, really doing his job as a carry. He's carrying the team.
And that's very reminiscent to some of the better farmers that we know, such as ESMJ, such as Zoe, such as Burning. So definitely up there. Maybe doesn't have the best team to win the most games, but let's see if this is going to be a change for the new Nirvana China. We do have the entire Scourge support lineup smoked up. They've been jungle hopping non-stop, and actually looks like we do have Sentinel also coming, trying to get a gank on this Syllabear. Both supports staying back right now, but this is the distinct advantage of playing with a Lich. You could keep denying, of course you deny XP, you deny farm, but one also advantage is you're going to be on your side of the map a lot more, so that's going to be a little bit helpful as well. We do see a bottle being picked up on the on the Lich, so he just wants to dominate the lane. Not only having that mana to harass, he's gonna have more mana to regen, and here we go. Like this guy's just staying at full mana all the time. He's even using nuke just to farm as well, and I don't think Syllabear could keep up with this type of harassment.
Yeah, and actually, you could have, or we see actually some engagement going on. The Venomancer being very low on HP. Visage got charges on Soul Assumption, but Venomancer is to survive closely. And if you actually have a look on the puck at the down lane, I hope you don't get a Borna there.
Yeah.
Better don't look there. Better don't look there.
Boner coming 23 and 16 in 5 minutes. What is that? That's like 40. That's 40. Like just last hit and deny combined. That's 8 creeps a minute.
That's top.
That's that's crazy.
Why have Seeking in the? Why have watching Seeking farm in the game when you can see X farming?
Why don't X play carry? This guy crazy. Well, I think, I guess one of the best things that you could use X to do is control the lane, like harass through passive denies, because right now King J is a full level and a half behind because of denies. Like it's just ridiculous how much EXP that's getting denied, but just through good last hit. So King J playing very well. It's surprising to see how Sentinel's lineup is really passive at this point. They're winning each and every lane in my opinion. Lich is winning mid, Puck is winning bot, and looks like Weaver's doing fine top. But they're doing it passively. We don't see any aggressive ganking from that Enchantress and Venomancer. It looks like they're mostly playing a very elegant dance with the other junglers, because they coming into our jungle, so let's say hi to them. They're leaving our jungle, so let's go back in jungle, get some EXP. So so far 0-0.
Yeah, and did we actually talk about? I don't think we have been talking about Chen being only level 2 yet.
No, we have not. That's an issue.
So yeah, Chen, and then well, this is Chen and Venge against Enchantress and Venomancer, and I really think if you see compare Venomancer and Venge being the effectiveness of those two heroes compared to the level, it's barely the same. Like they both are in the same need of levels, but if you compare Enchantress and Chen, I feel like Chen is needing so many more levels than an Enchantress to be efficient.
It looks like they might be trying getting some of that level through this Lich kill, but you gotta be always careful ganking into a Lich, because he does have the Chain Frost, and he's gonna be casting it right after. Yes, Chain Frost gonna be casted. Looks like Venge is gonna go down, and Lich gonna be fine. He's balling up. There's a Swarm and a TP coming in from the Weaver. Swarm gets on the Bear. The Bear is absolutely dead. And we don't ever see Weaver counter ganking like this. This is beautiful play from EHome, because Weaver, believe it or not, has some of the best counter ganking spells. Swarm's gonna hit everything. Sakuchi's gonna make you follow up, and after an engagement, everyone's gonna be low HP. And Weaver, one of the better heroes, as a cleanup duty, so he's just grabbing
And
himself a free
Visage
kill.
is going to die right now against the Pug. Maybe a Shadow's Venomous game missing there, but Ward, yeah, Ward actually claiming the kill. So nicely done there. Level 1 Ward with 9 to 11 damage. Too good for J Visage.
Yo,
King J
man,
Visage. What are you saying?
I spent 5 minutes talking about how pro King J is. King J getting raped right now, so a little bit sad to see. But yeah, this Weaver play just absolutely beautiful because sometimes Weaver just stand in his lane, never have a TP scroll, but no, he's coming in, he grabbed himself a free kill, definitely got the EXP there, that's also helpful, but kept seeking down. That's the more important thing. They kept seeking down, and looks like they are gonna just have the Weaver stay on the mid lane, which is somewhat interesting because mid lane definitely gets a lot of traffic in terms of supports coming in, ganking coming in. So
But is that too bad for Weaver? Like, I mean,
he's
as
gonna
you said, he got
survive
the
it.
swarm.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yes.
survive it, but that might hurt his farm a little bit. We'll see.
Well, I actually think a Lycan that would be just going crazy using his ultimate on the Weaver on the top lane, that would be that might even would be more annoying, because if you start right in front of the tower, Lycan's going to chase after you. He will be able to hit you like for
For a bit.
5 seconds or so. Yes, and you're actually that's huge harassment.
Yes.
I feel like laning mid is a lot easier.
Especially without a ring of health, as we see a little bit more engagement going in the mid lane. Silver half HP. There's actually there's an Entangle. Here comes the Vengeful Spirit. They're not gonna get the kill on this on this Lich. Lich pops the Invis, so he's gonna be fine right now. But yeah, just look at this Lich. Is so farm. He's level 8. He's got a headdress. He's got some levels into that Frost Armor, by the way, which is a very smart pickup. He's up against Syllabear Harass. He's up against Lycan, so Frost Armor is absolutely huge. And the fact that you have a fat Lich means you have an early mecha, and against the Scourge lineup that doesn't have too much burst to speak of. The only burst is a
Yes.
Visage nuke. That means you're always getting off that mecha heal without really too much worry, and that's just, to me, that's just a really big advantage against the Scourge lineup.
And so is actually for the Weaver, who will always be able to get off his time lapse. So he's going to have fairly easy time surviving. And at the moment, he is already sitting in 1.9k, but he didn't pick up any HP items yet. So it will be interesting if he's maybe going for straight Radiance. But at first we have that Park who is going for a dagger, and I think he's quite close to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he actually, yeah, he got
52,
1.4k.
52 and 21 standard for X at least, because guy's crazy. Weaver lasting pretty. Weaver's got 60 creep kills in 10 minutes as well. Been TPing around, been harassing top lane. And what does Sea King have? Let's check. 20 and 9, pro. I don't know, man.
But a few neutrals, he's jungling it up.
He is jungling it up. I'm not feeling that good for Nirvana China right now. Like you said, their Holy Light is low on EXP. Their Venge is low on EXP. And you know what you said earlier about in terms of, if let's say Venge and Venomancer both have low EXP, they would both be okay. Like it's a wash off if both of them have low EXP. Actually, I'm gonna disagree there because I feel that Venge is so important to the Scourge lineup. When you have 2 physical DPS, you need max terror, you need high command aura, and having a what?
Okay.
Yeah, having a low Venge is not good. And actually, I'm not too sure whether this is a conscious decision to send Syllabear in the jungle and put Venge in the mid lane. She's getting some very valuable points of EXP, and also they're putting the Lycan into the Roshan area, which he's gonna get the Aegis. It seems. I think he actually smoked in, and the wards have not detected right now. Looks like Sentinel is not making any moves in there. So Lycan looking pretty good in terms of grabbing this Aegis, and the Sentinel does not know right now. So yes, that's very very well done for Scourge Thing sneaking it in.
Yeah. And actually, you have been. I think you got me wrong there on the Venge thing. I actually was just saying, Venge without XP is just as good as the Venomancer without XP, but that doesn't mean it's good at all. And I really like the fact that Venge is getting those XP. When she gets the Rush XP, she'll probably level up to like level 7.5 or something, because
Oh,
she will only share with the Lycan.
we'll see. She's staying it in. Yes, there's a 7, level 7. But looks like they are going to lose a mid tower right now. Puck might be in trouble as Lycan runs in with the Wolves and half HP. Like, they are going to kill Lycan right off the bat. They're trying. They are going to kill Lycan. There's a couple creeps over here. There's also the birds. Birds coming in with the stomp. It's going to miss. And then just a 5-second respawn time for the Lycan. Lycan now comes in with that ult, and that Venomancer is going to be dead. Is he going to drop the ult? No, he's not going to drop the ult. Meanwhile, Enchantress is going to be the second target. Yes, Enchantress is going to be the second target. The Wolves be critting right now. Enchantress get the minus armor from the Medallion. 2 huge crits from the Wolves.
Whoa.
They're going to prick him down. Meanwhile, we have the Weaver trying to pick off a bear. The bear is going to go down. That's a 150 Gulf. And looks like the hero has went down as well. Meanwhile, X gets a double kill against the Venge and the hero bear. But looks like Chen is going to in trouble as well, as we see Sentinel polishing on with 3 kills. But here comes the Visage and the Lycan Wolves. And we're going to have the Soul Assumption. Yes, Soul Assumption is going to be doing so much damage. Puck goes down immediately. Lycan hot in pursuit. But I don't think they could be chasing him down. And it looks like the Weaver is going to be okay there as well. Even though it was a 3-for-3 exchange, Lycan in getting all the EXP, getting most of the kills there. So he is, despite only having 30 creep kills, I say he's a pretty good job. He's doing okay, I guess.
Yes, and remember when you said earlier that you don't feel good for Scourge? I actually have to disagree, because I don't see where Sentinel is going with that lineup at the moment. They have to finish the game somewhat early, I think, because they have no way standing against that Scourge in late game. The Scourge has the Syllabir and they have the Lycan as their carries. They also have the Chen, who will help them get that. Well, we've talking about that earlier. All those spawns going, and they'll be able to push easily once they have 2 strong carries. And I don't think that a Weaver will be able to outcarry that lineup by any means, because well, he got the support from the Enchantress and the Venomancer, but both are only level 5, so they have actually fallen behind in levels right now. We have 7 on the bench, 6 on the Chen, so I don't know, man. I just don't know how Weaver is going to carry against a Lycan and the freaking Syllabir.
Yeah, it looks like the Weaver has the relic right now, so it depends what he wants to do with this relic. If he's gonna sit down and farm, then maybe 10 minutes later, yes, he's gonna get a lot of items with that Radiance. That's gonna accelerate his farm a lot. But I think with both Lycan and the Syllabir farming, the Scourge is going to be farming at a higher rate, and that's going to be that huge DPS that you were talking about. They're going to have trouble, as we see. Looks like the Courier just got killed by the Venomancer, and there's 2 items being surrounded. There's a Headdress. Headdress is going to get killed. Looks like Syllabir is going for that TP Swirl. TP Swirl not going to get killed because not enough high DPS, and here comes King J with those birds. Get off my Headdress, bro. And I think that was King J's Headdress. He killed Venomancer, which I guess made up for that Headdress. But anyways, it depends on what the Weaver is going to be doing with this Radiance. He's going to be pushing with that Radiance, making some early engagement, because with the Weaver finishing his Radiance, and let's say before the BKB's picked up, before the Syllabir has his Radiance, I say Weaver might be still a stronger unit at that point. But after that, it's just really hard to say. And you're absolutely right. Sentinel support falling down behind the EXP, and they need that, because Enchantress needs that EXP for that. She does have level 6, so she still have impetus, but you want a high level heal to be effective. And also the Venomancer, you want to have a very damaging ult. You want to have a high level Gale right now. That's a level 1 Gale, I assume, with a couple level of Poison Sting. They don't have things like Django yet. They do have the Mega Finish on the Lich, but they want a Django as well. So to give the Weaver a little bit more DPS. So they need to pick up a lot of levels on their supports. They need 1 Django on the support. The other support should pick up a Medallion Courage, because the enemy team very high in HP from the Lung Druid. So you could abuse the fact that you could take his HP down through the minus armor, and also you could use the armor against Lycanthrope, which has quite a bit. His Vlad's plus his Medallion gives him plus 11 armor apparently, so he's absolutely tanky in terms of armor department as well. So I think they need to pick up a little bit minus armor on the supports to help out there as well. To me, that's the 2-3 things that they need to do: finish the Radiance, go for a push with Medallion, with Django, and a little bit more levels on their supports.
Yes, even though you're making a prophecy of the upcoming apocalypse for the Sentinel, I would like to say that they have some points going for him. So for them so far, they only lost one tower. They got two towers in advance. They still ahead in the kills, and even though I also feel like they don't really have the chance to win this late game. Oh well, against Sillaby right now, who is just getting Dream Coil there, and
Wow, look at
Puck
the
is
TP
actually
scrolls. The 3 TP comes in right now. Lich in complete trouble. She's not gonna make it out alive, and that's one
oh,
Lich
he's
kill
dead.
down. That's a level up for everyone else's, for Visage, and a couple of points of EXP for everyone else. So unfortunately, they just realized, oh, we don't do enough damage. So they definitely need to have that Radiance finish. Now the cool thing about Weaver, I guess another thing that they have going for them is that he should be able to get off time lapse every fight. So because unless somehow he just mistimes it or something, because there's just not enough stuns on the Scourge team to deal with that. So in theory, with Radiance and maybe a Vitality booster being picked up right after, like he can do quite a bit of DPS in a fight and stay there forever. So that's what he can do. And it looks like he just used a time lapse and he might be in trouble as we see the Venge coming in. If they have a dust, they do have a dust. No time lapse as Weaver goes down. And that's going to delay his Radiance quite a bit. Very greedy. They're trying to kill the bear, trying to farm. But he definitely paid for it. And that is going to slow down his Radiance. And to me, that's a
Well,
huge thing.
mm, well, he almost has completed his Radiance, so he'll just probably TP in some lane, kill 6 creeps, and then he'll have it. So I don't think that's that much of a deal. But yes, the time actually it hurts because he would have his Radiance right now, and he could have been farming with it, and that's what's the most important thing about it. He's actually missing time farming with the Radiance, which is a lot of gold.
Yes.
And what else? There was something I wanted to say. Oh, I don't remember.
But okay, when you
Whatever.
remember it, let us know. But yeah,
Yes.
the missing time of farm
Oh,
is.
right. I remembered.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you,
That's fine.
but it's about the game that is. You remember earlier, in the start when we were predicting, okay, the Scourge is actually going to push. They are going to siege towers, and we see Puck actually dropping the Dream Coil out of the invisible rune, and well, that.
Well, it looks like this Lycan, though, he's going to be fine. There's a TP in, and they are going to save the Lycan to be fine. So I'm not sure whether the TP and the Hand of God was necessary, but they kept the carry alive, so that's going to be fine. Very good. I like what Sentinel is doing right now. They're keeping aggressive. They know they need to buy a little bit more time for the Weaver to finish this Radiant, maybe go for the Vit booster, and then try to finish the game. They're also limiting the level on the enemy support. If they could get a kill on the Lycan, then they will be very happy, but they're happy with what they've got. But yeah, you
Yeah.
were saying about when we're
Yeah,
predicting the
we
game.
actually expected Scourge to siege towers. Like, oh, we see. Look at the Lycan. But hey, don't go crazy, okay?
Wait, where's the Lycan? Hello?
What?
Where's the
Yeah.
Lycan? Oh my god. I love this, man. This is pro stuff.
Fucking pro stuff.
Yo,
Necronomicon on Lycan.
yo, actually, that hurts Weaver so bad. The fact
It
that he's got
does.
700 HP, he's gonna swarm, he's gonna Sakushi with Radiance damage. If the blue one pops, oh my god, that's half your HP, man. So and they are gonna push the tower. Lycan is gonna be fine. He's gonna pop his ult. It's gonna be wasting 270 gold in terms of TP score. There's a Lycan. Look at those
When
Necro minions running back.
they actually have Feral Impulse
They
on
do
them.
have Feral Impulse. All your units have Feral Impulse. That is OP. And they're coming in. They're going to do extra damage. Mana burning like crazy here. And they might be finally going to kill the Lycan. The Wolf form just ran out. Great combo from the Enchantress Micro. And they are going to pick off the Lycan, which is actually quite big because the guy doesn't have his Aegis right now. It looks like Vice is going to try to TP out. I think he's going to make it out alive as well. And with that Lycan kill, that is pretty big. Weaver, by the way, just died. So never mind. He does have his Radiance finish. So I didn't even see how he died.
I didn't see either because I was watching the Chronomicons farming the creep wave while Lycan was dying. But whatever, I've been I've been talking about one thing for a while, and that is we expected Scourge to siege towers. I think I started that way 3 times already.
Yes.
Whatever, and that's not what they're doing because I think Sentinel. I think that's something they got going for him. They actually made Scourge change their game plan. I'm pretty sure originally Scourge was planning on going to siege towers, but when they picked up that Lycan later, that they did that because they actually saw, okay, well, we can outcarry them in late game. So they actually they changed the strategy of the Scourge team into more of a turtle based lineup. As we see them not pushing that many towers, we see Sentinel being a lot more aggressive, and so they kind of changed it the way around. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, and
So that's really
maybe
very good work.
maybe half of it was Scourge changing the lineup, changing game plan, but also I want to say maybe it's EHome forcing the Scourge to change the lineup because I feel this Weaver picking up such an early Radiance, it's such a threat. You gotta just stay together because, you know, when you're up against a Weaver that has a Hood and Vid Booster, you're fine. Even as a Venge, you're fine. But not with the Radiance and the Swarm because you get Swarm, you run in, you stun him once, he will still kill you. So I think these guys have to stick together a little bit more. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. And that's going to have Sentinel farming all over the map. I mean, Weaver, he's getting most of the farm everywhere. I wonder what his item next is going to be. Manta style wouldn't be too bad of a second transition item. Maybe he's going to just pick up a Vid booster for a little bit more HP. It's hard to say because I think getting a lot of armor and
You
getting
know
that,
what? I would like to see a Talisman of Evasion.
that would be very smart. That definitely would be smart. But looks like they're going to lose the Aegis right now, uncontested once again. And let's see who's going to pick it up there. He's going to give it to the Lone Druid, which is going to be a smarter choice. Because I think Lycan is a little bit more expendable as a hero in this case. Because to me, he's going to just go crazy. He doesn't care if he's stunned right now. He's quite tanky.
Die, and then his moves and the Necromonicans are still there, so it's no problem.
No problem, man. That's the Necrobook Lycan is just so beautiful. I do it in pubs time to time, but I'm so glad it's in a pro game right now. And is that a Radiance finish on the Syllabir? I can't see right now. Where the hell's the bear? Look, there's a swap going on, and the Lich gets initiated. He dies before casting anything, and that's unfortunately. That is a huge trouble. Here comes the Venomancer. Oh, and the Radiance. Yeah, that is a Radiance finish on the beer, and that's exactly what you're saying. No matter how many times that Seeking's ganked, he's still going to get the farm. Meanwhile, Weaver, half HP, he can't pop us. Oh, what did we say earlier, man? He could always pop us low, but no, the focus fire of the Scourge team is just too strong. Meanwhile, we have Seeking just going completely all over the place right now. Someone somewhere in the world right now is saying, fuck yeah, Seeking, because guy's going crazy.
Seeking the best syllabary you, as usual.
No, man, I don't know. I like ZSMJ Silver pretty much so as well. But yes, buyback from the Weaver. That means no item extension here. I think you're right. I think he needs a cloak and a talisman of evasion. Because apparently nuking is also a trouble that he has to worry about.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I would actually like to talk about something regarding the picks and bans. I know that are 37 minutes back, but I think it's important to mention again that actually I think Nirvana China, earlier you were criticizing them, saying like, oh, Nirvana China is not going anywhere this year, they suck.
Okay.
I actually agree that they are showing not such a great level of play, even against the rather weak EHome. I have to say though that new EHome is just not
what is
that strong.
What is the
listen up. I think they know what their weakness is. They knew very well because they were banning out all the initiation gank heroes, and I feel like if EHome would have gotten any of those, Scourge would have been in huge trouble, because also this way we saw EHome outplaying them in terms of early ganks, in terms of laning, and if EHome would actually have the possibility to initiate the team fights even better with something like a Clockwork, for example, something that can stand against all those right click damage for a while, well, we see Chen going down. No, being swapped out.
Being swapped out just fine there. It looks like we are going to have an engagement coming in. The Scourge team very mobile with the birds, with the wolves coming in. Enchantress gets stunned by King J. King J so pro. I say, oh, and I'm good mecha. The Lich needs to drop his Chain Frost before he dies. That's the second time he can't. No, there's a Chain Frost bouncing around, but it's not damaged. Not damaged because Lycan is tanking it up with those Necromonicons as we see the team fight still continue here. They're trying to focus the puck. Puck is going to go down. Swarm being dropped right now. And the Weaver, despite having Radiance, does not do enough damage. I think the point right now is not that he doesn't do enough damage, but he's not tank enough to stay around to do the damage. Enchantress comes back for some lulls and gets killed. That's 4 death. Nirvana China is gonna claim the fight, and maybe the game soon.
Fight. Yeah. I feel like they're going to claim the game soon, and as I said, I really feel like with the first three bans, they took a lot of possibility from eHome to play really aggressive, banning out all that initiation. And I think they would actually have to succumb to such a kind of play from the enemy. But apparently they know what the weakness is. I bet there is some saying in this famous book. What is it called? About the art of war. What I'm talking
If
about.
if you know your enemy, no, if you fight 100 battle and you know your enemy, so you're gonna win your 100 battles or something like that.
Oh yeah,
That's what you're
yeah.
asking, right?
It might be. Yes, I don't know.
Okay.
But I bet that book has a saying for every situation.
You know what? I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I mean, eHome definitely could pick up some of the. I mean, I wasn't 100% remembering what was the bands, but I think
Beastmaster, Clockwork,
Storm Spirit is
and
in the pool, and
Beastmaster.
we have
Uh,
X. I mean, that's always a possibility for him to pick up a Storm. We saw him
Yes,
go.
but it's also a squishy initiation against right clicks.
That's true. Especially a single Venge Stun, like it on you, you're dead. That's absolutely true. But I guess maybe this is the new eHome, the way of playing it. To me, eHome is still playing very well though. Like they're losing the game right now, but
Yes. Actually, I agree. I was well before I said like, oh, eHome not that good, but they are playing well. But I think other teams would be capable of doing more also with those picks right now.
yes.
Because Nirvana China isn't playing too well either.
They're winning. They're up by 7
Yeah, they're
kills.
winning. They're absolutely winning.
They got 2
Right.
ages. They got Mother effing Neko 3 on the Wolf.
And they got a fucking fat Venge, which is even one above lead.
One above lead. It's a little beer, by the way. Have a cloak. You're not killing him anymore. We have like so many wards being dropped down, but they don't care because they're focusing your racks. Your racks down in so much HP so damn quickly right now. They need to do the damage before they die. This swap is absolutely huge. There's a 4-staff. That's going to be good right now. But right now, the cutesy spells is going to be the Chain Frost, Streamcore. They're cutesy spells because they don't do enough damage. Look at these. They're just overrunning the entire Sentinel. They don't even care that they're getting lobbed every single spells. They just go in and kill. And that's
Send
the
your
Rex.
creep in, Enchantress. Send your creep in. Fire with fire. Come on.
Oh, Enchantress says, "Get the hell out! Gonna take your creep." But which by the way, if Chen takes the creeps, you get like 300 bonus HP. Enchantress says, "Thank you," and then take your creep.
To take it back.
Yeah,
Just
man.
take it back. Yes.
And yeah, we have the bot racks being claimed by the Scourge, and to me, that's pretty much the game because there's no way in hell the Weaver is gonna get 3 tier 4 items. I mean, even if he gets 3 tier 4 items.
Even if yes, it wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's
if one
ridiculous.
of them is a heart and the other one's butterfly, then yeah, I don't know.
Heart, a butterfly, 2 divines, maybe.
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 Yeah, this is a little bit unfortunate. So, is it just the picks, or I think eHome had a window of opportunity to win the game. Where was that window, and how did they go past that window?
Good.
Or did you don't agree? You think that they didn't even
I
have
think
one?
they had that window, but I actually think it was very small, like maybe from around minute 8 to minute 12. Something like that.
They had to like get
because,
20 kills on their Enchantress and Venom. Is that what you're saying?
yes, they would have needed to get a lot of kills on the Enchantress and the Vino, and they would have needed to get pick up a lot more kills with the Park. They would have actually needed to gank down everyone. So I feel like it's close to impossible. They really would have needed like 20 kills advantage maybe in total, or maybe 15, and that might would have been enough, and like a few more towers, but that's just come on, that's almost impossible to get.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong, eHome, they won every single lane. I think Weaver was winning top, they won mid. They're just doing really well against the Liberator. Puck definitely out-denied the hell out of King J there. So they won the lane through passive farming, but sometimes, and especially in this case, it was just not enough. Also, credits to Nirvana China playing very well. As we see a pretty good kind of nuking combo, just harassing everyone down. But a pretty good team fight from the Scourge. I think they won most of the team fights, and that's really odd considering you have a Venomancer, you have a Dream Call, and you have a chain frost. But the team fight all went to Scourge, and I think that's just important to say how important mobility is sometimes, because who cares if you have a chain frost if it never's gonna bounce? You know, I'm so fast. The Scourge team is so mobile. They have so much stuff coming in. There's a swap. There's a Venom all being dropped right. They're gonna focus on Enchantress. Enchantress dies in 2 seconds. Here comes the chain frost, but gets tanked up by all the creeps, all the Necro minions. The Necro minions being micro still. That Chinese Wolf player right now going crazy on the Lich. Lich, despite having frost armor, is gonna go down in 2 seconds. Puck trying to get the kill against a Chen though. Chen could actually turn around and nuke Puck. Very in huge trouble right now. Wolf following him. He's gonna drop the Penance. And worse, the Swarm being casted right now, but still the Weaver goes down. Every single hero alive on the Scourge lineup. Meanwhile, team wipe for Sentinel. That's a 5-0 victory. Buyback from the Fairy Dragon, but that's just... He mad. X mad right now.
There are so many animals in this game. Did you realize?
Yes.
There is a ant, a wolf, a bear, a butterfly.
A butterfly.
The park?
It's a
maybe?
dragon.
Oh, yeah, that's a dragon.
It was a fairy dragon.
What kind of books are you reading? Or like fantasy books with pink dragons?
No,
Come
the
on.
name of the hero is the fairy dragon. Puck the fairy.
Yeah, sure,
Well,
sure.
Yeah, but yeah, there's
Proof,
a snake
please.
and there's a deer. So yeah, you're right.
Yes. Okay, so pro endgame analysis.
Pro. I think next game we're just gonna count how many. Okay, man, this game has 3 animals. Go next.
Well, I mean, it's obviously that a wolf and a bear they stomp a butterfly and the ant
And a
so.
deer. Yeah, that's next time.
Well,
That's how we
well,
cast games. Pick bad analysis. Okay, we got wolves and bears and a fucking bird. Where you at?
So no Earthshaker banned or picked this game. What do you think about that?
Obviously, because it would have been too much imbalance to the animal factor. Fucking cow, on you. I don't know. Maybe it's... Well, obviously, I don't think Scourge would have wanted it. Just wouldn't fit what they were trying to do. They wanted to jungle up. They wanted had that swap initiation was absolutely key. I think every single team fight they initiated, most of the time they were able to kill the target, the Lich in this case, without him dropping the Chain Frost. So that was really huge. I don't think Scourge would have been picking it. In terms of Sentinel, I think they would have been really good with it though. I think there was one point where we saw a Weaver, a Puck, and a Lich. I'll be like, okay, which support should they pick up now? And then we both concluded it was the Venomancer. I'm thinking maybe Shaker wouldn't be too bad in this case, because all of them are clumping up. They just rushing your tower. Echo Slam would have been pretty good in terms of dealing a good deal amount of AoE damage. It felt like the Venomancer AoE damage wasn't enough in most cases. So Shaker, I think it would have been a strong pickup, but they prefer the Venomancer, and I think we agree with them. But hindsight's 2020. Maybe Shaker might be better off.
Yes. We'll see. We'll see in the next games.
Yep.
So
I think I'm done. 715. Anything else?
no, I think viewers game.
Standard viewers game.
Standard.
And then FAQ questions. If you have any.
Ban enough animals. So because if we get the better animals, then you're fucked.
What are the best animals? Is the wolf?
Well,
Wolf and
obviously
bear.
the wolf and the bear and the cow. I mean, they're big and shit, or is there like...
Okay.
There's no elephant, right? Is there an elephant? No, I don't
No.
think so.
There's tiger. There's Potom.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet an elephant. Maybe soon. Next other version.
Okay, we're done. If you
Very
guys
nice,
can't
bro.
tell, we're done. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. As always, this is 715 and Luminous signing off. Gee, guys.